Hello everyone. Hello everyone. So this is CA Pragnesh Kanabar. All right, and hello everyone, to my colleagues, to my students, to my past students, to people who have been my students and now chartered accountants. All right, I welcome you now in this very interesting discussion on decoding ACCA course, which is offered by ACCA UK body. And there are so many questions surrounding this particular course that I thought that it is better now to take a session, all right, and tell students every single point which will help them in deciding whether they should enroll for ACCA or not. So, chahe aap chartered accountant ho, nahi ho, whether you are a company secretary or not, whether you're a cost accountant or not, whether you're a BCom student, whether you are into CA, Inter, CA Foundation, whether you have cleared just your 11th, 12th standard, for every single person, or whether you're a working professional, right? For every single person, first question, whether unko ACCA course which is offered by ACCA UK body karna chahiye, yes or no. Second question, agar if we do it, then how it is going to help us, all right, in future. Is it going to add value, or it will just stand like a degree in our CV, or is it really going to add value? All right, for all of this, I am taking this particular webinar. I am announcing a great news today that CA Pragnesh Kanabar, that is myself, we have partnered with Zell Education from Mumbai, which is platinum approved partners by the ACCA UK body. That means these people are the ultimate people to learn ACCA from, and they will tell you what does platinum license mean when it comes to ACCA. Renowned coaching classes in India also do not have it, and I have an arrangement with them whereby they have agreed to provide some premium services to my contacts, all right, who enroll for ACCA with them. But let me say it very clearly, this is not a marketing webinar. We are purely going to guide you about what is ACCA, how it can help you and stuff. For a single time also, we are not going to tell you to take any admission, enrollment and stuff. No. And as promised to you, when I sent you a message that we are going to have qualified ACCA on board who will explain you from root to fruit, all right? So we have it. We have Pragati from Zell Education, who is going to coordinate in this particular webinar. And then we have Purandari, who is a qualified ACCA, who will help you to understand every single aspect from the course to the career, every single aspect. So welcome both of you. Welcome Pragati, welcome Purandari to this particular webinar.
Thank you so much, Pragnesh, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome, students.
I'll hand it over to I'll hand it over to you now. Right.
Warm greetings from Zell Education. We have Purandari with us. She is the head counselor for ACCA at Zell, and she's a qualified ACCA as sir mentioned. So she'll take it over.
Okay. So am I perfectly audible, guys?
Yes, you are audible. So we have qualified ACCA who is going to help you throughout to understand from course to career. Yes, Purandari, welcome, and please continue.
Perfect. Okay. So guys, thank you so much for taking time out on a Sunday afternoon to join us. Okay. So I'm going to first ask you all a question. I want to know how many of us actually know about ACCA as a course in general. If we could raise our hands or something like that. How many of us actually have a fair idea about what ACCA is as a course? Okay, just a handful of us. Okay, no problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by taking you all through what exactly ACCA is, from what it stands for to its benefits and what opportunities it will open for you. Okay. Okay. So let's start with what is so. Like Pragnesh sir mentioned, we are platinum partners with the ACCA body. We have direct relations with them. So I'll be able to give you a few insights as well about the course, how it works, about the exams, the 13 papers, the syllabus, curriculum, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, starting with what ACCA stands for. ACCA is Association of Chartered Certified Accountants. Okay. This is a UK-based qualification. A UK-based qualification accepted in 180 plus countries across the globe. Okay. So once you acquire this degree, you become a global chartered accountant. That's an easier way to explain it to people here. You become a global chartered accountant. Okay. Like I mentioned, 180 plus countries, not only does it open the option to go live abroad, settle, have a career in 180 plus countries, but a lot of these countries give you signing authority. Now, what is signing authority? A chartered accountant in India has signing authority, correct? Same way, an ACCA has signing authority in approximately 80 to 90 countries out of these 180 plus countries. So if you decide to go to any of those countries, you will even have directly the signing authority there, which means you are at the level of a chartered accountant in that particular country. Especially Middle East, United Kingdom, all these places, they give you signing authority. It's very vastly recognized. A lot of our Indian students prefer going to UK, USA, Canada. A lot of y'all want to settle down in Middle East as well because we have family there. So if you're looking to go to these places particularly, apart from them as well, any country across the globe, like I said, 180 countries are an option open to you now. Anywhere you decide to go, you would be able to secure yourself, have a good career there set up on the basis of a qualification you've done at the comfort of your own country, studying here and then going abroad. Okay, now let's move on to the academic part of ACCA. There are 13 papers in ACCA which are subdivided into 3 levels. Okay. The first is the knowledge level, next is the skill level, and last is the professional level. So this, what you can see on your screen, is the curriculum. I will take you through this in a little while. I'm going to go back to the slide earlier and take you through a few other details. Now, like it's mentioned here, it's the largest and fastest growing qualification. Why? Because the demand for ACCAs keeps on increasing as time passes. So being in a developing country like India, we have MNCs coming every day, new different companies looking to expand in our country since we are growing. Same way, with the rise of MNCs, with the rise of a lot of multinational companies coming into the country, we have seen a rise for the demand in ACCA as well. Why this has happened is because ACCA covers a concept called IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards. This is your baseline for your entire ACCA, IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards. This is something that is going to be in most of your papers of ACCA. It's your financial reporting basically, but with the international principles involved. When a student understands IFRS, it becomes easy for a multinational company to employ them. Why? Because you're looking at books of accounts of across the globe, right? It could be any country. At the point when you understand IFRS, you can easily adapt to all these concepts, learn these concepts, depending on the company you are in as well, and take it forward from there. Once you understand the base concept of IFRS, this is all going to become easy for you. Okay. Now, about Zell, if I were to talk a little bit, like I mentioned at the beginning, we are platinum learning partners. We've impacted more than 10,000 plus students of ACCA. We have rank holder faculties here. And we have a lot of in-house mentors who guide you through the entire process. Now, moving on to the ACCA syllabus curriculum, I'll cover this later on. Like I mentioned, there are 13 papers in ACCA subdivided into 3 levels. I'm going to take it a little slow here. Okay. If anyone has any doubts, queries, just drop.
Yes, ma'am. So for ACCA, just to summarize, ma'am has said that ACCA basically will help you in your accounting and finance jobs in 180 plus countries, which is where it is acceptable. Many of the countries give the signing authority also to ACCA. And because ACCA has international financial reporting standards, which is nothing but the international version of the accounting standards, all right, I mean, which is globally accepted, that is why your demand increases. And in the last few years, in the MNCs, for ACCA, the demand has increased. Ma'am, we actually have seen placements, right, in tangible terms when it comes to ACCA, correct?
Yes, we have.
So
Yeah.
now we are moving on to the curriculum part where she is explaining that ACCA clear karne ke liye, what are the papers involved, what are the levels involved, and the examination pattern. I think this was the most frequently asked question. We had circulated Google form and students had asked the question. So ma'am, as you rightly said, please take a little slow over here for them to understand that what are the levels involved and how they can clear it. All right.
Okay. So let's start. Like I mentioned, I'm going to repeat. There are 13 papers subdivided into 3 levels. Siddhi, yes, you have something to ask us?
I think they just raised hand accidentally. We'll take question answer round at the end. Don't worry. I'll keep lowering hands. Question answer round at the end. सबको जो भाषा में पूछना है पूछने को allow होगा. Don't worry. Please, ma'am. Continue.
Okay. Again, I'll start with 13 papers subdivided into 3 levels. Now, depending on qualification to qualification, there is a certain number of papers you have to write. When I say 13 papers, it's for someone who's starting afresh in accounting and finance. Okay. This could be a student who's just cleared their 10th grade. This could be a student who is pursuing undergrad in SY BCom as well. Okay. So we're first going to understand the entire flow of ACCA and then we'll come to how many papers who has to write and how. Okay. Now, starting with the knowledge level. The knowledge level is the first level of ACCA. These knowledge level exams are on-demand exams. Now, when I say on-demand exams, I can write this paper anytime between 365 days of the year at any given point of time in the day. These papers will be accessible to me. I can write them from any center closest to my house. I can write it if I'm on a vacation and I'm traveling somewhere. I can go there and write these examinations if there is a certain center there. If at all I'm not accessible to a center, last resort, I can write this exam from home as well. It's something called a remote booking exam. So on-demand exam is something I can write anytime, anywhere. Okay. So my knowledge level papers are on-demand papers and they are MCQ based papers. So it's an entire 100-mark paper, which is completely MCQ based. Okay. And I need to get more than 50% marks, which is 50 or more to be able to clear this exam. Okay. In knowledge level, ideally there are 3 papers, but at ZEL we consider 4 papers. So the 3 papers in knowledge level ideally are business and technology. That is the first one, accounting and business. Next is management accounting. And the last one is financial accounting. These 3 are knowledge level papers. Like I said, at ZEL, we consider corporate and business law, the 4th paper, as a knowledge level paper. Why? Because this paper is a part of the skill level. However, it's an on-demand MCQ based exam. So it's better to consider it a part of the knowledge level because it's all one and the same, easier for the student to understand and clear the exams as well. Okay. So knowledge level, we have business and technology. This business and technology paper is a theory based paper. Very easy, very simple to clear. Okay. Management accounting is on the lines a little bit, your basics of costing and all also comes in here. Okay. Then you have financial accounting. It's your basic balance sheet, depreciation, all basic accounting that we have studied in 11th, 12th, and even in our first year graduation. Okay, very basic. And moving on to corporate and business law, theory paper, very, of course, law is lengthy by nature. However, very easy to clear. 1 month's preparation has generally been enough to, get more your 50, 70 and clear off your papers. So these are our 4 knowledge level papers. Knowledge level is your foundation in accountancy. You get your knowledge level right, you crack your papers well, you set your foundation right, it's going to help you in the skill and the professional level as well. Okay. Now moving on to the skill level.
Ma'am, just sorry to disturb. So knowledge level has 3 papers. At ZEL, we consider 4 papers because all of these 4 papers. So skill level mein se jo ek business and corporate law hai, that we consider it as like a knowledge level only because these are on-demand exams and these are computer-based exams, right?
MCQ-based exam.
MCQ and you have to update on a computer, right?
ACCA completely is a computer-based qualification.
Okay. ACC is completely computer-based exam. Okay.
Yes. You're studying, you're attempting of examinations, your practice, everything is on your computer screen.
Okay. Okay.
So the course in general is a computer-based qualification.
And there are dedicated centers where they have to go for this exam?
So for knowledge level, skill level, and professional level, there are center-based exams.
Okay.
I'll cover the exam pattern, the how to book exams and all after we complete this.
I just asked this because I got a message from some students. I'm live with them, correct?
Yeah.
So they were, because these are not students who are very much used to computer-based exams, right? So
Yeah.
they wanted they were little, getting curious on it. But you are going to cover it later. Okay, thank you so much.
After curriculum, first I'll give them a brief idea about how computer-based exams work.
So everyone, you're going to get complete idea on everything. Please stay patient. Yes, ma'am. Continue.
Okay. Now let's move on to the skill level. Now, like I mentioned, there are 5 papers in the skill level. Okay. Now, these papers are attempted quarterly. Now, when I say quarterly, it means March, June, September, and December. The first working week of these 4 months is my examination for my skill level exams. March, June, September, December, my 3 quarters. The first working week of these 3 or 4 months is going to be my ACCA examination for the skill level exams. Every quarter you can attempt every paper or any paper rather. Okay, so that option is open. My 5 scale 4 professional, all options are open. I can attempt whichever paper I want in which quarter. Okay. Now, coming to the skill level exam pattern, it is 60-40 subjective objective. So here we now have subjective answers as well. Okay, which might involve Excel, it might involve typing out answers in case of theory. Anything can be possible in the subjective, and the objective remains MCQ. Okay.
Okay.
Now, coming to the 5 papers of skill level. We have performance management, taxation, financial reporting, audit and assurance, and financial management. Okay. Performance management, if we have CA students here, is nothing but your costing.
Yeah.
The entire costing is your performance management. So if you are a CA final student, I think it'll be very easy for you to understand the skill level papers.
That we will take at the later stage, where every single category of student, how they can and when they can pursue this. All right.
Yes.
So currently we will stick ourselves to the curriculum part. And then what if I have just cleared 12th standard? What if I have cleared foundation? What if I have cleared inter? What if I'm pursuing CA final? What if I've done chartered accountancy? What if I'm a working professional? We have to take all the categories, because we have participants from all the categories. So we will first discuss the curriculum. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So performance management, like I mentioned, is your costing. Management accounting is your basic for performance management. So if you've done your management accounting well, you will have some of those concepts overlapped in performance management. Okay. Moving on to taxation. Taxation is a little lengthy paper, but it is comparatively an easy paper. We also advise students to sometimes start with taxation.
Correct.
We teach UK tax. Because ACCA UK, they advise you to do UK tax if you're not sure about which country you want to go to. So here at ZEL also we do UK tax. Coming to financial reporting. Again, financial reporting is your advanced version of financial accounting, which, like I said, your balance sheet, your depreciation, consolidation, everything moving from 1, 2, 3. So financial accounting being your basics, then coming your financial reporting. Okay. So it just gets more and more advanced.
Okay.
Then we have audit and assurance.
Yeah.
Now, audit and assurance, like the name suggests, is completely about your audit. It's a theory paper where there is a lot to just understand. A lot of the subjective part has more weightage generally in this paper. Okay. And last comes your financial management. Now, this is a very interesting paper. Again, MA is your basics. A little bit of MA concepts are also covered in financial management. And yeah, a lot of students really enjoy this paper. A lot of the students who want to probably at a later stage get into finance, get into stuff like financial analysis and all, they really enjoy this paper. Now, a little hack I'll give you here is, while doing your skill level, if you opt for audit after FR, you're going to make it very easy for yourself to clear both the papers. Why? Because here you're reporting and here you're auditing what you're reporting. So if you do reporting and then audit after that, it's going to become easier for you to clear both the papers.
Yeah, ma'am, I got a little confused over here. So opt for audit after FR in skill level. That means in every quarter, they can decide which subjects they want to appear for, right?
Yes. Like
so it's not like a group of 3 papers compulsory, you have to give it once.
No.
In one quarter, let us see if I want to give 1 paper, and in 1 quarter, if I want to give all the papers. Whether it is advisable or not, that's a different thing. But I do have this flexibility, right, in the skill level.
Yes. So ACCA, to answer that particular question, in a year you can write 8 papers, and in 1 quarter you can write maximum of 4 papers.
Okay. Okay.
So 1 quarter, say March, I can write maximum 4 papers, not more. And in
Okay.
1 year, 1 calendar year, I can write 8 papers,
Okay.
not more than that.
All right. See, whatever we are discussing over here, this is a general thing. This is a general webinar. Then you can always get in touch with Zell Education. You can give them my reference, and they will also elaborate on things, right? On one-on-one basis, also they can give you the consultancy. Don't
We
worry.
have personal counseling as well.
Yeah. So after skill level, I think we are done with skill level. I'm so sorry. I just
We're done with skill. Just like
Yeah.
I'd like to repeat, these are quarterly based examinations, 60-40 subjective, objective. Okay, they are not completely objective. There will be a lot of typing, writing, understanding, long answers here. Okay.
Okay.
Now moving on to the professional level. Now coming from whatever background you're coming from, whatever maybe your qualification, these 4 professional level papers you will be writing inevitably. Okay. Now in professional level, we have something called compulsory papers and optional papers. Okay. So that you can see here as essentials. Essentials is your 2 compulsory papers, and optional you can see an option of 4 papers, out of which you have to choose 2. That's how we make a total of 4. The 2 essential and the 2 optionals that you pick out of a pool of 4 papers. Okay.
Okay.
These are also quarterly based examination, that is your March, June, September, December quarters. However, these papers are completely subjective. Okay, 100% subjective. Passing remains the same. We need to get our 50 plus in order to clear this exam. Okay, passing remains the same for knowledge, skill, professional. We need to get 50 plus to be able to clear the exam.
Okay.
Okay. Now, like I mentioned, completely subjective papers. Let me start with the essentials. That is our compulsory papers. We have SBL, Strategic Business Leader. Very interesting paper, case study based paper. Generally, there are only 2 questions. At least for the longest time, it was, they would give you 2 questions, 50 marks each. Case study based, you write what you think is right. Examiner likes your answer. They give you the marks, you clear the exam. So it's, I would say, a lot of common sense based, business related. So yeah, very interesting.
Okay.
Moving on to SBR. So there's a typo here. There's SBL written.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
It's supposed to be SBR. Strategic Business Reporting. Now, FA from knowledge level, FR from skill level, and SBR from professional level. All go hand in hand, one more advanced than the other. Like I said, consolidation, balance sheet, all of this is your FA, FR, and SBR, Strategic Business Reporting. Your essence, your underlying concept of IFRS is covered in FR and SBR. Okay, so FR, SBR covers our entire concept of International Financial Reporting Standards, something that we discussed earlier. Okay.
Okay.
Now moving on to our optional papers, we have 4 papers here. We have Advanced Financial Management, we have Advanced Taxation, we have Advanced Performance Management, and Advanced Audit and Assurance. Now, if you see, these are the 4 skill level papers that we saw, except for FR.
Advanced version of the skill level papers.
Yes, absolutely. Now, there are 2 ways to determine for a student which papers he wants to choose out of the 4. One is you have written the skill level. Okay. You will understand where your strengths lie, which paper you were good at, how much you scored. On the basis of that, you can choose the advanced version. That is one way to look at it. Second way to choose your optional papers is what job role or what designation you're looking to see yourself at in your job, in your company.
Okay.
You're looking to get into audit, yes, you should go ahead with audit and assurance. If you're looking for markets, finance, somewhere maybe in finance, maybe even investment banking at some point of time, advanced financial management, advanced performance management. And ATX, of course, if you're looking to get into tax at some point. So these are the 2 ways a student can determine which out of the 4 papers he or she wants to choose.
2 essential and 2 optional in the last level.
Correct.
And I don't know whether this is advisable or not. That's a different thing. But all 4 can be given in a quarter if they want to give it.
Yes, all 4
And-
can be given.
Okay, so maximum 4 papers in a quarter, and in the whole calendar year, how many maximum papers that they can give?
8 papers. Yeah.
All right.
8
So-
papers in 1 year. And like you correctly said, there are a lot of students who come to us from chartered accountancy background. They take 6 months, but they write 4 papers in 1 attempt because they're used to that model.
They are used to that. They're used to that kind of pressure. They're nothing. They're not used to less pressure and less complexity in their life. Correct?
So there are a lot of students do opt for that as well.
So knowledge level has 3 papers just as per ACCA curriculum, and then we have skill level where all the papers are compulsory. Right? There is no option. Whatever they have said is compulsory.
Yes.
And then you have essential, the last level, which is the professional level. Then there you have essential 2 papers, and out of the balance 4, there are options where you have to take 2 papers out of the balance 4. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now, because you have touched upon this, I think this is the relevant time to discuss. I'm having a really good conversation with you. So this is the relevant time to discuss about the availability of exemptions. There is this huge number of queries where students have asked me about that. इसमें से कितना paper हमको लिखना है, कितना exempt है, because there is something called as exemption available to students based upon their current qualification or examination status. All right. If you can just throw some light upon it, and can you give us some link through which people can know about this, exemptions? Right?
Yeah. So first, I'm going to explain what exemptions are. Exemptions is something wherein you have studied your portion of ACCA, in simple terms, ACCA portion in your current or your previous qualification. Now, if I am a BCom graduate, I have studied my management accounting, financial accounting, corporate and business law, business technology in my 3 years of graduation. So it's okay to give me an exemption in those 4 papers. Why? Because I have understood the concept, I have written it in my BCom exam, and I have cleared my BCom exam.
Okay.
So the body recognizes your current qualification on the basis of your current qualification, where you stand in terms of ACCA, and they identify those papers and give them to you as an exemption at the beginning of your course itself.
Okay. So now let us say that I have cleared CA final. Right? Just give me one example. I have cleared CA final. So how many papers from this particular whole ACCA curriculum I'm supposed to do it so that I will get the ACCA membership?
Now I'm going to even explain how you will be getting it and why you will be getting it. Okay.
Yeah.
So for example, you've completed your CA final, you're a chartered accountant now.
Correct.
Your knowledge level paper, if you have done your graduation with your chartered accountancy.
Yeah, please assume I've done graduation and CA final, chartered accountancy.
But now your knowledge level papers get exempted on the basis of your graduation.
Okay.
2 papers in the skill level, that is taxation and audit, are in our IPCC syllabus curriculum. That is in our group 1 and group 2.
Yeah.
So tax and audit get exempted there because I have cleared these papers. I have got
Right.
40 plus. That's when I've cleared both the groups, and that's how I've cleared my IPCC. So my taxation and audit are exempted because of my IPCC.
From the skill level.
From the skill level. Moving on to CA final. I have completed my CA final as well. Performance management, financial reporting, and financial management are a part of my group 1, group 2, where I have gotten 40 plus. That's how I've cleared the group. That's how I've become a chartered accountant. So now I have a total of 9 exemptions, which means the knowledge level papers and the 5 skill level papers, total 9 papers I will get as an exemption.
So if I'm a chartered accountant along with my graduation, then
Yes.
the whole knowledge level and skill level is exempt. Right?
Exempted. Yes.
And then I have to give the last level, which is the professional level. There is no exemption, right?
There is no exemption for
I
professional.
was just trying to be greedy, nothing else. Right.
So for professional level, whatever be your qualification, whatever be your work experience, if you're doing ACCA, these 4 papers you're going to have to give. The
Fine.
other papers, that is between the 4 knowledge level and 5 skill level papers, you can get your maximum exemptions. But professional level remains constant. It is
Now-
something we have to write.
Okay. Just a minute. We'll take queries later on. I'll just give the basic points first. Okay. Because I have lots of things to discuss, I'll take it in a systematic manner, and then at the end we will take queries. Now, Pragati, if you give me the liberty, now I just gave an example that if I'm a chartered accountant, what kind of exemptions I can get. But in the participants today, we have people who have cleared graduation, post-graduation, We have people who have cleared CA foundation. We have people who have cleared CA inter, but not yet cleared CA final. We have people who have done CA, CMA, but not chartered accountancy. So we have almost 1,000 of combinations that people are attending today. All right.
Okay.
So now they will find it very difficult on their own to research about the kind of exemptions that they have. Although on the ACCA website, there is an exemption calculator, but that is also a little confusing. So Pragati, if you give me a liberty, can I just share your number? All right. And can people get in touch with you? All right. Or the number of Zell Education, and can people give my reference and they can get in touch with you so that you can guide them about the exemptions that you have?
Yes, sir, of course.
Yeah, so I'm sorry to there you will get a lot of calls, but please guide each of my student, all right, that on what kind of exemptions they have, you know, for appearing for ACCA. All right, just a minute. So I think I'll just give this number to the students, to every single participant. Please guide them considering, you know, our association, and please help them in knowing what kind of exemptions are available. See, I'm coming to fee structure and stuff later on. Abhi, is what you have understood only 2 points. First, what is ACCA? Second, so first, what is ACCA? What are the career opportunities? We did it in the first 10 minutes. Second, what is ACCA course structure and what kind of exemptions you can have? But exemption is a very subjective thing, and that is the reason that I'm giving this number from Pragati from Zell Education. You can start spamming her now. All right. Okay. Yes, we will move ahead. Thank you so much. This is an interesting conversation. Yes, please, we'll move ahead.
Just before we move on to the next slide, I'm going to quickly summarize the curriculum one last time.
Yeah.
Knowledge level, having MCQ on demand based examinations. Skill level, having quarterly examinations in 60-40 subjective objective ratio for your exam pattern. Your professional level being completely subjective, quarterly based examination. We require a 50 plus in each of our papers to clear it and move forward to the next. Okay. Okay, perfect. So let's move on to the next slide. We're done with curriculum here.
Please, everyone, note down your queries. At the end, we will answer every single query. We are not taking lunch before that. Yeah.
Okay. So here you could see a little about the fee structure. This is the fees that goes to the ACCA body. Okay.
So fees are divided into 2 parts. One, student has to pay to ACCA UK body for registration and examination. Second, the student will pay to Zell Education if they are enrolling with you. All right. And for the course education. So we will keep the Zell Education part aside. All right. What student has to pay to the ACCA Institute for registration and examination, please.
Perfect. So I'm just going to repeat what Sir said once more. ACCA fees are divided into 2 parts. One which goes to for training and coaching to your learning provider, and one which goes to the ACCA body. Now, before we move on to benefits and waivers and all of that, I'm going to take you through the entire fees that goes to the ACCA body. After that, I'm going to help you out with what will be your waiver benefits, how you can claim these benefits, so on and so forth. Okay. So we're going to start with the first fees, that is a registration fees. There is a one-time registration fees of 89 GBP, Great Britain pound. Okay, 89 pound that goes to the ACCA body, approximately 9,000 rupees INR. Okay. So this is your one-time registration. This happens at the beginning when you start with your ACCA journey. Irrespective of your qualification, irrespective of your exemptions, you're required to register. Once you register, you're required to pay the registration fees at the time of registration. Okay, so that is 89 pound for your one-time registration. Okay. Next is an exemption fees. Now, this fees might apply to some, might not apply to some, might be a hefty amount for some, might be less for some, depending on the number of exemptions you are claiming.
So this is the fees for claiming the exemption. So if I'm a chartered accountant with graduation, I have 9 papers exempt. So for claiming that exemption, I'm paying this fees. So first one is registration, which is applicable to all. This one is exemption fees for the people claiming exemption. And that varies depending upon the exemption. Correct?
Correct. Varies depending on the number of exemptions, varies depending on whether you've cleared that particular group or not. This is something I'll explain a little later.
Yeah.
But yeah, so exemption fees If at all you're claiming an exemption for a paper, per paper exemption fees is charged to you by the ACCA body. That could be 4 papers, 6 papers, 9 papers.
Okay.
Okay. Now, exemption fees for if you're exempting the knowledge level 3 papers, okay, it's approximately 89 pounds. Exemption for the knowledge level papers is approximately 89 pounds. Okay.
Okay.
Is again around 9,000 rupees INR. Exemption for the skill level papers is 111 pound approximately 10 to 11,000 rupees INR.
Okay.
So this is our exemption fees. Okay?
Okay.
Knowledge level and skill level. Of course, we can't get an exemption in professional, so there is no exemption fee for that.
Yeah.
Now, moving on to our examination fees. Now, this depends on the number of exemptions you've taken. There are 13 papers. I've taken 4 exemptions. I've paid exemption fees for 4 papers. Now I have to write 9 papers. So I will pay exam fees for each one of those 9 papers. Okay.
Okay. So registration fee for everyone, exemption fees for the people claiming exemption. Sorry, I'm a professor, so I have a habit of repeating. All right. And then there is an exam-based, paper of fees, which will be decided based upon the number of exams that you're appearing. All right.
Correct. Now,
okay. This is the fees to the ACCA body. Right?
Yes. This is
now give them that dolly. Why they should come with you, Zell Education? Yes, give them that dolly. What kind of help you can do over here? Why they have to pay shell out less money?
Cover exam fees, subscription fees. Then I'll move on to the waiver. Okay.
Yeah.
So examination fees will be approximately 129 pound for your skill level papers and approximately 150 pound for your professional level papers. These fees are subject to change financial year by financial year. 10-15 pound aage piche, it keeps happening from the ACCA body end. Again, pound rate fluctuates, your fee fluctuates as well.
Yes.
Okay, so these are 2 things to keep in mind. Last is something called an annual subscription fees. Like the name suggests, annual subscription, it is paid on a yearly basis.
Correct.
Each year you are associated with the ACCA body, every year you will have to pay a subscription fees.
Okay.
The fees changes once you become a member, and if you want to stay associated, the fees changes. Once you're an affiliate, it changes, and while you're a student also, it changes. It is an X amount. So your fees each year to the ACCA body for subscription is 120 pound. Okay, approximately 11 to 12,000 rupees INR. 120 pound each year. Now let me explain the subscription cycle as well, since we are on that page.
Yeah.
If you are registered, this is a little complicated. Your counselor will also advise it to you. It's better to confirm it with them as well. But this is just a brief understanding. The cycle is December to December. So in the month of December in 2023, you will have a subscription fees raised to you for the year 2024. So in December 2023, I am paying for the next year.
Okay.
So that's how it works. This end of this year, I'm paying for the upcoming year.
Okay.
And it is my 120 pound per year. Again, it used to be 100, it's 110, it's 120, it fluctuates in the middle to 116. We have to remember it will fluctuate.
Okay.
Okay. Now moving on to the Zell waivers and Zell benefits when it comes to the ACCA body fees in particular. One-time registration fees is absolutely free. So I believe
I'm sorry really to interrupt because these participants don't have an idea about what is the learning partner. All right.
Okay.
So I'll just give them a little brief about it. So listen, ACCA UK body, it's not like anyone can just start teaching ACCA. All right. So ACCA UK body approves the learning partners. And then they give the status to the learning partner based upon their efficiency, their infrastructure, their results. All right. There are 3 status which are given. Please correct me if I'm wrong. First is the highest level is the platinum level. Then lower than that is the gold level. And then the least one is the silver level. All right. Now, I don't know how many platinum partners are there in India. I think there are very few. All right. And even big coaching classes have not been able to get license for platinum, partners. So Zell Education is a platinum approved partner. I repeat, we always go for the best, all right, for my students. So Zell Education is the platinum approved partner. Now, because Zell Education is a platinum approved learning partner, that is why if you go through them, lots of fees are waived for that you have to pay to ACCA body, यानी वो पैसा आपको ACCA body को नहीं भरना पड़ेगा because आप Zell Education के through जाओगे जो approved learning partner है, platinum partner. Yes, please explain the waiver. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yes. So there are certain waivers our students get. Let's start with the first one, that is the registration. On the basis of being a student with Zell Education, your registration becomes absolutely free, which means the registration fee of £89 for you, instead of waiving it off to £20 as well, which a lot of finance partners are able to provide, we waive it off completely. Okay. So you don't have to pay any registration fees. Now, once you're registered with the ACCA body, this is one more thing you should know. Your account is valid for 10 years, which means within 10 years, you require to become an ACCA.
Okay.
So you take your journey slow, but you need to remember that there is a 10-year cap on becoming an ACCA. So say I register in 2023, I have to make sure that by 33, I complete my ACCA. Otherwise, it will be null and void. I have to start from scratch.
Okay.
Okay. So my registration, that is done. My one-time registration fees is waived off completely, and my registration lasts for 10 years. Okay.
Okay.
The ACCA body. Moving on to exemption fees. Now, if you go to see per paper, agar aap approximate low £100 per paper you're spending for exemption fees. If you're a chartered accountant, you will end up spending around 90,000 rupees.
Correct. Because they are getting exemption for 9 papers.
For 9 papers, yes.
Yeah.
What we do is, depending on your qualification, depending on your mark sheets, you get a waiver from 100 to either 10 or 15, depending on your qualification.
Okay.
So it becomes 10 or 15 pounds. That again, on the basis of your qualification, on the basis of your eligibility, you will be getting a complete plan from your counselor, personal counselor. Who
This is a huge benefit. So they can get a really good waiver of exemption fees if they go through Zell Education. Yeah.
Yes. So jahan aap approximately 90,000 you are going to pay, you're going to pay around 9,000 because it becomes £10 per day.
Okay.
So that is a complete waiver.
Okay.
Subscription, there is a certain cycle that we follow. If you fall into that cycle, your first year becomes free irrespective. And what we do is, for the next year, we waive it off to 50%. Now, say you're going to be paying your fees for 2024, it's £120, approximately 12,000 rupees. The first year gets waived to 50%. You get it at 6,000, your first year subscription.
All right. So just a minute, ma'am. So if I'm going through Zell Education, I mean the platinum approved learning partner. All right. I hope everyone understands this is not marketing. We are explaining you the fees that you have to pay to ACCA. All right. No one is asking you to take admission. That is up to you. All right. So if I'm going through Zell Education, then my registration fees is cancelled out. All right. Then exemption fees, I have to shell out a very nominal amount. All right. Because lots of waivers are there over there also. All right. And then when it comes to exam fees, will I get any waiver?
No. So exam fees remains constant.
Okay.
The fees that goes to the ACCA body directly goes to the ACCA body, from the student to the ACCA body.
Okay.
The learning partner guides you, helps you out with booking your exam. However, the fees is paid by you.
That I have experienced hands-on with Zell Education. I have one of my relative over there. I know that you do complete hand-holding from root to fruit. All right. That kaisa paper bharna hai, kaisa form bharna hai, kya karna hai. I think we are only not going to give the exams on behalf of the student. Otherwise, everything is done over there. Now, then subscription fees also.
Personal mentors as like.
Yeah. So subscription fees also, there is some waiver, right? First year ka waive ho jata hai.
The first year, depending on when you register, we make the first year free if possible. If not, the first year gets 50%. Like you have to pay 50%. There's a 50% waiver. If you get the first year free, that means your second year becomes a 50% waiver.
Okay. Understood. So I think we are through with the fee structure also.
Yes, we've covered registration, we've covered exam, we've covered exemption, and we've covered subscription. These are the 4 fees that go to ACCA body.
All right. Now, what is this? What is this slide?
So this is related to the exemptions. What I'm going to do is, we've already discussed this. And
we've already discussed. You can run through this. Yeah.
I'm just going to.
And anyways, for exemptions, if student contacts Zell Education person and if they get it done, then it is better. All right. Because I think that will be great.
referring to the calculator, we have our counselors who will
Yeah.
map out your
It's
exemption.
wonderful counseling that they do on the call. All right. And they will never ask you to take admission. It is up to you what you want to do. But the counseling is great. All right. It's a modern counseling. It's good. Yeah.
So I'm just going to quickly run through the last slide of exemptions also, just to give a brief idea. A graduate gets generally 3 to 4 exemptions of knowledge level. Someone who's pursuing CA can get anywhere between 4 exemptions to 9 exemptions, depending on how many groups you've cleared, how much marks you've acquired in those particular papers. Okay. A CMA also can get 3 exemptions. And of course, somebody who's starting from their 12th or their 10th standard has to write complete 13 papers. Okay. Moving on to companies hiring ACCAs in India. We have
Yeah,
our
this is very important for them.
We have-
Hiring part, whether it's going to add some value or not.
So EY being my favorite, freshers go there, freshers start there, they get to learn a lot. It's a very good work environment. So I'm specifying on EY because we have a lot of students also pursuing ACCA while they work in EY and vice versa. Students who came to Zell and then got placed in EY.
I think I know that you don't give a placement guarantee, but you do give a placement assistance because there are lots of associations that you have, right? Zell Education is very well networked with these modern MNCs. Right?
So we have 100% placement assistance from our end. Now, when I mean 100% placement assistance, I mean hand holding from the time there is an opportunity that comes in, it gets shared with the student on WhatsApp, on message, on email. After which the student mentor is also going to help you out with following up with you if at all you shared your CV, shared your resume, whether you got an appointment, whether you got an interview date, whether you are shortlisted or not. We have a complete placements team who calls you, grooms you before writing the.
So if you know so many things, can you give me an insider information? So if I am a chartered accountant, all right, I'll just come straight away to the questions. I mean, I cannot control over here. If I'm a chartered accountant and if I add ACCA, frankly speaking, we don't want to mislead the students.
Yeah.
Frankly speaking, is it going to add anything to my package or will it help me in negotiating at least with MNCs when I am negotiating? All right. And will it help me in getting shortlisted for interviews in MNCs?
Okay, so I'm going to explain this a little more in depth. When I'm a chartered accountant, I understand Indian financial reporting standards, correct? Which is what my entire CA syllabus has to be. Now, if I'm looking for a big four, as a chartered accountant, I can get in, yes. But like I mentioned earlier in our discussion, international financial reporting standards. I love talking about IFRS. IFRS added to your Indian accountancy standards clubbed together.
Yes.
CA plus ACCA clubbed together. Ideally, you're getting an ACCA qualification by just writing 4 papers because you've done.
Yeah. See, for chartered accountant students, it is not a big deal to get ACCA qualification.
And
but
the 4
if they have to give those 3 months, is it valuable for them?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It is definitely valuable because, like I said, you get IFRS. Now you have those many more options open, right? You can work in those many more different fields, different designations, different verticals in Big Fours, in MNCs. Not only Big Fours, but a lot of other MNCs also growing.
Now, second category of question. Let me be very frank with you because I have been in touch with all of these people. All right, there are lots of chartered account. I mean, there are lots of students who are pursuing CA, CS, CMA, but वो लोग का clear नहीं हो पा रहा है. Right? Now they are stuck in between. Right? So if they can go through the ACCA route, all right. तो जो placement मिलेगा, I want you to say it to him in clear terms what will be the salary that they can expect. I'm a CA inter student or I'm a CS foundation or inter cleared and I'm doing ACCA. So I want you to be a little bit more clear about what kind of salary that they can expect. Okay.
So if I come from any professional qualification background, ACCA is a professional qualification, correct? Now, apart from ACCA, anything else like a CMA, a CPA, CFA, CA, everything is a professional qualification. If I'm coming from a professional qualification background, I'm definitely headstrong about clearing my qualification. That means I'm hardworking. That means I'm going to put in that effort to clear and get myself that certification. It might take me a little long. It might take me a little lesser time to complete it. Now, this is something an employer sees. They identify this. at the beginning, whether it's at your interview or whether you're submitting your CV, they understand this, they see this. Now, a package for a fresher who has just started ACCA may or may not have completed a number of papers. They are looking at a package of 4 to 6 lakhs at minimum. This is a fresher.
So fresher who has cleared, and see, let me be very clear, all the participants, this is going to be a very honest conversation. All right. No one is going to tell you high packages to get enrollments and stuff. We are not from that category. So fresher who is ACCA but not cleared chartered accountancy or cost accountancy or company secretary course.
And when I say fresher, I don't mean someone who's completed ACCA also. I mean someone who's part qualified as well.
Correct. And if I've completed, madam, let me come to the specifics. If I've completed ACCA, can I expect somewhere in the range of 5 to 6 lakhs as my starting?
Yes.
All right.
Easily.
Okay. Do you have proven records where people have got such placements?
We do have students who have completed ACCA with us and are at much higher packages than that as well.
So if my students ask you for a feedback, all right, I mean, from the students, can you share some videos of the students in one-on-one discussion, not in this meeting? All right. So I hope that you will be able to connect my students with them, because they would like to know, first that whether ye valuable hai, nahi hai, and then they will invest the money over there.
So at Zell, we have something called alumni discussions, where sometimes we share the number of the old or existing students, or we patch them on a call together so they can have a one-to-one.
This is best. This is best, because only a student can understand the pain of another student.
Yes.
That is best. Because
it happens at the counseling level itself, not after enrollment. So they can take a decision on whether they want to, not only about Zell, but also about the course in general. They can let them take a decision on the basis of that as well.
Correct. So if I've cleared, just to summarize, if I've cleared a professional qualification, adding ACCA will help me more in shortlisting my CVs, getting a good negotiation. All right. May not shoot up my package too much. All right. But obviously the employer will understand that I'm hands-on with respect to Indies, and it will open up the global opportunities for me, where just a CA and ACCA is better placed to travel countries around and get more placements. All right. That is one thing. If I'm a broken student, I'm really worried about my career because I'm not able to clear CA final, CS or CMA final. And if I get into this, all right, I do get a professional qualification. And second, there is a reasonable package which I'm going to get. Yes. What is the pass ratio? Because if it is going to be similar to chartered accountancy, it is of no use for recommending the students. Pass ratio of ACCA and pass ratio of Zell.
So at Zell, we've managed to strongly maintain an 80 to 85% pass percentage. Global.
We're talking about knowledge level, skill level, professional level.
In general, entire ACCA.
In general, entire. So if 100 students are flushing into Zell, all right,
yeah,
then 85 students are clearing it in first shot or second shot, first shot. Yeah.
So ACCA, what happens is there's no attempts, right? It's paper wise. So some paper I might really struggle, but the other papers I might give within a single attempt itself.
Correct.
I have flexibility. If I'm not prepared, I will skip the quarter. I will go for the next quarter because I have that flexibility. Why should I waste time? Why should I waste money?
Correct.
ACCA is giving me all this flexibility. So definitely my passing percentage has to increase on the basis of that.
Okay. And what is the passing percentage of ACCA body? I mean,
the global passing percentage for ACCA from students from all backgrounds is somewhere between 45. It ranges to 65% as well.
But that could come from students from across all the countries and all backgrounds, right? Indian students are well equipped with respect to the studies. Right? Exactly. So at Zell Education, you have a ratio of 80-85%. And tell me one thing. I have had lots of conversation with people at Zell Education, all right, with Rashesh also. So tell me one thing, why I should recommend people to Zell Education. I found a very strong reason for that. I'll tell you. Okay. Can I say that if you want to maintain your platinum license, you have to maintain a certain pass percentage, otherwise you will lose your platinum license?
Yes.
Right. So you are always under a pressure to maintain the pass percentage. So by default, you will work behind the students.
As much pressure as the student has is what we have.
Yes, system chartered accountancy mein aana chahiye, madam. I am sorry, I'm getting emotional. There should be pressure on the professors that there will be a particular license. Otherwise, you will lose the license if your people are not clearing. So they go
students at chartered accountancy. I agree.
Yeah, this is superb. I mean, there is a pressure on the learning partners that you have to get the pass percentage. Only then you maintain your license.
License, yes. And it's also like a promotion, right? Going from gold ALP to platinum ALP. Who doesn't want that? So we're automatically going to push students in a way that it's not only beneficial for them, but we are all at a place where we are all benefiting. We are all growing together.
Correct. Just one overview, because I had committed students from 12 to 1. I think they will be having some commitments after that. Just one overview. I had written down all the points based upon the Google form, all right, where students had asked. So broadly, there were 5 categories of question.
Okay.
One is, what is ACCA course and career opportunities, all right? So for that, you have explained ACCA course will help you to get jobs in accounts, finance, consultancy and stuff. Career opportunities in 180 plus countries, all right? Eligibility criteria, who can apply? I think after 12th standard, we can start applying, right?
After 10th standard, you can successfully start your ACCA.
After 10th standard.
After 10th, after grade.
After 10. And then based upon your levels that you have cleared, you can get exemptions.
Exemption.
Now, which student can get what kind of exemption? That for that, I have shared Pragati's number and they can get in touch with you to clear out the exemptions. All right. Then we have explained course structure. There are 3 levels: knowledge level, skill level, professional level. There are certain papers in each level. Knowledge level is MCQ based, computer based examination. You can opt at any point of time, 365 days a year. Skill level is quarterly examination. And in each quarter, maximum they can give 4 papers. All right. Total, there are 6 papers involved, right? 8 papers involved.
In
level.
In a year, you can write 8 papers. In a quarter, you can write 4 papers. And skill level has 6 papers minus 1, which is in the knowledge level.
That is okay. We are just talking about ACCA structure. So skill level has 6 papers. In 1 quarter, max you can attempt 4 papers. All right. There are 4 quarters where you can get to attempt the papers. All right. Okay. And during the whole year, you can give maximum 8 papers.
8 papers, yeah.
All right. And examination pattern at knowledge level, we have MCQ based. In skill level, we have subjective and MCQ combination. And in professional level also, we have subjective and MCQ combination, right?
So professional level is completely subjective based.
Professional level is completely subjective based. Professional level is completely subjective. At the last level, that is professional level, there are 4 subjects. 2 are essential and 2 are optional. All right. There are 4 optional, out of which they have to select 2. Right?
Yes.
For placements, you have a tie-up with lots of multinational companies. So you can help them in 100% placement assistance. All right. Where you can guide students hand-holding from root to fruit about how they can get their placements. If I have not cleared chartered accountancy, cost accountancy, or company secretary, then I can, and if I'm clearing ACCA, then I can expect around 5 to 6 lakh package. All right. If I've cleared chartered accountancy plus ACCA, my package may not shoot up too much, but obviously international acceptance increases. All right. And the probability of my CV getting shortlisted in MNCs, that also increases. All right. Fees and cost involved. Fees are divided into 2 parts. One is the fees to the ACCA body. Another one is the fees to Zell Education or the learning partner where they will enroll. For ACCA body fees, you have your registration fees, exemption fees, exam fees, and subscription fees. Now, out of these 4 fees, all right, lots of fees is getting waived if people enroll through Zell Education, because Zell Education is the highest licensed platinum approved learning partner. All right. Okay. So I think these were all the queries of the students, which were in general. All right. Now, if you want to say anything, you can say it, or we can start the session and we can keep it open for question answer. Pragati and Purandari, anything that you want to add, you can please add. This slide. Yeah, this slide is very important. As I forgot.
Yeah, I'm going to.
If people enroll with you, can you just give a little bit briefing about Zell Education, quality of coaching, and how you can help them?
So under name column, you can see these are our corporate trainers, which means they not only teach at Zell, but they are also trainers outside where they do corporate training. Corporate training is where in an organization, in a big organizations of thousands of people, they train in a particular field for a particular department under certain, depending on whatever the requirement of the department is. We have such trainers here at Zell. Now,
just a minute. This is a very important point. It's novelty for us, in chartered accountancy, cost accountancy professors. So you have saying Nirbhay versus CFO, vice president. So these people are actually working somewhere.
Yes.
Okay, so they can give that practical experience.
Yes, at Zell, we have industry experts training our students, which means they are, by the time they clear the ACCA, they are industry ready, because they've learned straight from people who are day-to-day experience.
This is good. This is good. Lots of things I think should be implemented at chartered accountancy level also. All right.
So Nirbhay sir, one of our oldest faculty at Zell, he's a CFO at ABANS. He's worked at Deloitte. He's an ACCA himself. Okay. Aman Singhania, I think a lot of us must have heard of him. He is the vice president of NSC. Okay. He takes CFA with us. He is a CFA himself. He's an FRM himself. Shalab sir, again, he is a faculty out of Delhi. He is a CA, he is an ACCA, he's worked at EY, he's worked at so there are a lot of places they've actually worked at. We've just
Correct.
shortlisted the best ones here.
So students are asking, I'm getting 4 or 5 messages about the fee structure in Zell Education. All right. So yeah, there are 4 or 5 messages. One thing is very clear. You please give my reference to Zell Education. There will obviously be some benefit for your fee structure. All right. So I think I'll just take some queries, some queries which I think were not addressed. All right. Negative marking in across whole ACCA course. Is there any concept of negative marking? Sorry, you are mute. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. So there's not really any system of negative marking unless you've gone extreme. So what happens is, say there is an MCQ which is divided into 2 parts, part 1, part 2. If part 1 is right, you'll get your 1 mark for that. Part 2 is wrong, you'll not get a mark for that.
Correct.
But there is such hard and fast negative marking.
Okay. So there's no negative marking as such. Okay. Now, can you give a summary of the whole session? I just gave a summary of the whole session 10-15 minutes back. All right. But I've already given it. But I said concepts. I can just give a summary. All right. My students do expect that from me, even in big concepts. Can we get into a financial analysis job or investment banking job after ACCA? Or do you have to study another profession like CFA? See, let me tell you, if I'm not wrong, Zell Education is also providing CFA, CMA, CPA, all right, IFRS diploma. You can just give them my reference and they will sit one-on-one with you and they will help you to understand which course is better for you. Currently, we are sticking to ACCA, but yes, ACCA can help you in getting a job where there's a little bit of demand of your international appearance and your particularly where they were looking for IFRS and stuff. But I think financial analysis job in investment banking ke liye, Purandari, I think or Pragati, if anyone can come into this, I think we'll have more CFA and stuff will be more appropriate, right?
So CFA definitely for jobs like investment banking, risk management, equities and all of that. But I do know of people firsthand who have completed ACCA and have been in the investment banking domain.
All right.
It's the work experience that counts. At the end of the day, of course, having CFA as a degree to do investment banking, nothing like that. But even on the basis of your ACCA, I know of students who have worked under investment banking.
Okay. Now, okay. So you do know students who are working under investment banking. That's good. So now, Pragnesh sir, will you teach audit? No. See, all subjects will be taught by Zell Education. However, for audit, complete free consultancy you will get from my side. All right. Don't worry about it. All right. Basically, I'm teaching audit and they are my students. That is why. Okay. I'll help you through the whole syllabus. I've already gone through the books of ACCA. Don't worry. Is it possible to get a CTC of more than 25 lakhs to a fresher CA plus ACCA? I think ye hera feri dekh kar aaye. 25 lakhs CTC. I know a rank holder who has got 22 lakhs, 23 lakhs, all right, in ITC and stuff, fresher. But I said just CA plus ACCA 25 lakhs. I think this is not possible, right?
There's a lot of work experience that will go into reaching a package like that. A lot of designations you'll have to keep climbing the ladder up to reach a CTC of 25 lakhs. Okay. It's for a fresher, it's something very unrealistic. But of course, you will get there with your CA, with your ACCA qualifications, your work experience to back you up. You can get there in no time. But you have to start at a much lesser CTC than that.
Now, there are chartered accountants. Earlier, we had conducted one DIP IFRS session also with Zell Education. So there are chartered accountants who are saying that if we just take a DIP IFRS course, will it provide me some benefit? All right. For my recognition, international recognition and stuff.
So DIP IFRS, just like the name suggests, is a diploma, right? It's not a complete qualification. Correct. It will help you understand the basic concepts of IFRS, but that's about it. It will just be...
That is a little bit of add-on is there in the CV because of that course also, right?
Add-on to your CV, yes. You'll understand the concepts better. You'll be able to perform better at work, yes. And then your CTC will increase. Not on the basis of the qualification. DIP IFRS will be able to negotiate your remuneration.
Correct. So lots of queries coming up. I'm I'm done with CA Inter and studying CA Final. What is the percentage of overlap of syllabus of CA Inter and ACCA professional level? This is a very technical query. You can get in touch with them. They will help you. But yes, CA Inter being asked at ACCA professional level, there is always a connect, because in ACCA professional level also you have, this strategic business reporting and your other subjects, and then other 2 optional subjects. So there is always a connect. But exactly kitna chapters match hota hai, kitna chapters extra padna padega, this is, I think, some counselor can help you to understand. You can always contact Zell Education. I forwarded Pragati's number earlier also. Right. Would you recommend starting ACCA after CA Inter or CA Final? I think after CA Inter, they can finish it off, no, ACCA?
After enrolling for ACCA after CA Inter, like I said, CA Inter gives you your 2 exemptions of taxation on audit from the skill level. Now,
Correct.
once you have those 2 exemptions, you're looking at a total of 6 exemptions, assuming you're a graduate.
Correct. Yeah.
So your 4 papers of professional level and 3 papers of skill level, you're still to write. This will take you approximately 2 years.
Okay, understood. Then if there is any other query, we'll just take it up. Yes. Rajiv, tell me, you have been raising hands since a lot of time. So tell me, what is the query?
Hello, sir. Nice to see you, sir.
Yeah. Tell me, Rajiv, please.
Sir, sir, my question is this: that whether 3 years of work experience is counted in the ACCA as a fresher or what?
Yeah, Purandri, this query I've got from 2-3 people. Is there any internship required for ACCA?
Sir,
And whether the articleship that they have done under CA Inter and CA Final, or whether that can help them to set it off against ACCA internship requirement?
Yes. So your ACCA PER is of 36 months. Okay. 36 months is 3
What do you say, ACCA?
PER.
What is that?
Work experience requirement. Okay. So this is required to be 36 months. Okay. Your
Only after that they can get the final ACCA membership.
Yeah. So there is a difference between an ACCA affiliate and an ACCA member. When you start your journey in ACCA, you're an ACCA student. Once you complete 13 papers, whether they are through exemption or whether they are through clearing each one of those papers, after 13 papers are completed, you become an ACCA affiliate.
Correct.
Now, between an affiliate and a member is a 36 months work experience that is required. This 36 months work experience can be acquired while pursuing ACCA, before starting ACCA, and at any given point of time. Your CA articleship is considered completely in your ACCA PER. Completely. Now, earlier it used to be 3 years. I think moving forward, it's going to be 2 years for CA. So that 1 year will.
Yeah. So basically, whatever articleship they have done under chartered accountancy, it is considered for ACCA, because these people cannot go again through that particular taxing period, And if they haven't done any articleship, then they'll have to do some internship, right?
Internship, no, it requires to be a full-time job under the accounting finance domain. Internships are not considered, part-time jobs are not considered in your PER. It requires to be a full-time job under the accounting finance domain in particular.
Okay, now let us just assume that we are not talking about students who have done articleship. Let us just assume we're talking about CA, foundation level students, 12 standard students and stuff. So they have done full-time ACCA course. They have cleared 13 papers. Now they can get a job somewhere.
Yes.
After 3 years of that job, they will get the ACCA final. They will be ACCA affiliate after clearing 13 papers. And then they will get ACCA membership after 3 years of work experience. Okay.
Yes.
All right. 36 months work needs to be under a qualified ACCA, or it could be any corporate job?
It could be any corporate job under the accounting and finance domain. It could be with
under the accounting and finance domain.
It could be with an ACCA, with the CA, anything. It just requires to be under the accounting finance domain.
All right. I think we have answered lots of queries. We have Mr. Nilesh Gajra. I know him personally. I think he's a working professional. So we'll have a word with him. Yeah.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm sorry. I'm great. Tell me, sir.
Yes. I am a CA final student now, and also I cleared my 3 years articleship. So is it possible to clear ACCA within 1 year?
You've completed your IPCC and you're attempting for final right now, right?
Yes.
How many groups of final have you cleared?
Not yet any cleared. Both are pending.
Okay. So technically 3 papers of skill level and 4 papers of professional level is what you have to write, which is a total of 7 papers.
Okay.
Yes.
So that is ideally it can be completed in a year, because like I said, 8 papers is the maximum you can give. You have to write 7. You can write them in a year. It's just that you'll have to plan it in a very realistic manner. That is probably at least complete one group of final and then start. So you have those.
Nilesh sir, I'll tell you something. They are giving complete scheduling with guidance and everything. I
Okay.
strongly suggest to have a word with them. All right. And
Okay.
considering because I know that there are some work commitments also in your life, correct?
Yes.
Considering all of that, they will help you to plan. All right. So let
Okay.
us not keep it in an open Zoom session. You can have a word with them personally. All right.
Okay.
And वो लोग आपको पूरा plan बना के देंगे. Don't worry. All right.
Okay.
ये उनका counselors का पूरा एक अलग group है. So they will help you that to have a word with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is teaching considered as an experience? Yes, I have some of my colleagues who are attending this. So if they are teaching since many years, so will that be considered? And they are, let us say that they have not done any articleship. All right. So will that be considered as an experience? No, that has to be a job in accounts and
Amount of teaching, very X amount of teaching is considered. However, this is something that is again very subjective. It needs to be recorded on your MyCCA portal at the time of applying for your PR. If after all giving the specifications, it is accepted, they will tell you.
So subject to approval from ACCA body, but they can at least give it a shot.
Yes, you can.
Okay. Yes, we'll just take last 5 minutes for doubts. Okay, and then you can anyway contact Pragati. All right, for the stuff. Yeah, Sunny.
हेलो मैडम.
Hi.
मैडम मैंने CA फाइनल का फर्स्ट ग्रुप क्लियर है, खाली सेकंड ग्रुप इज पेंडिंग. द हाउ मच पेपर गिवन फॉर द ACCA?
Okay. Have you attempted second group earlier?
Yes.
Did you clear any papers, 40 plus or something like that in any papers?
Sunny,
Yes, madam.
Sunny जी, I would suggest कि आप एक बार personally बात कर लो इसके लिए, because आपका जो है ना वो बहुत ही specific है. I think she will have to go through the calculation and पूरा matching mark sheet वगैरह देख के फिर exemption decide होता है. So ऐसा कोई चार्ट नहीं है कि ऐसा है तो ऐसा exemption. It's not like that.
ओके. और सर ऐसा दूसरा बेशक ऐसा है कि हमने ये ACCA कर दिया, CA और ACCA करके हमको UK के लिए वर्क परमिट अप्लाई करना कर सकते हैं कि नहीं कर सकते?
ये वर्क परमिट या वर्क वीजा में डज दिस हेल्प के भाई मैं ACCA हूँ?
हाँ, यूके में तो आपको डायरेक्टली साइनिंग अथॉरिटी भी मिलता है.
बट इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, ACCA के 2 कोर्सेस है ना, ACCA UK एंड ACCA इंटरनेशनल.
नहीं, ACCA is ACCA UK ओनली. अब ACCA में कुछ पेपर्स रहते हैं जिनका वेरिएंट इज इंटरनेशनल. जैसे मैंने आपको टैक्सेशन का बताया, वेरिएंट इज यूके.
करेक्ट.
ऑडिट का वेरिएंट, AAA का वेरिएंट, SBR का वेरिएंट इंटरनेशनल. वैसे वेरिएंट्स इंटरनेशनल हो सकता है. लॉ का वेरिएंट होता है इंग्लिश या ग्लोबल.
करेक्ट. टैक्सेशन का वेरिएंट होगा, लॉ का वेरिएंट होगा. करेक्ट. बेस्ड अपॉन दैट. So yes, it helps you to accelerate to UK. It does help you. All right. But I think they have, उनका अगर आप काउंसलिंग लोगे तो they will just connect you with lots of people. पूरा आपको बना के देंगे सर्कल की कैसे आप पूरा करियर जर्नी प्लान आउट कर सकते हो. Let me tell you, ये CA professors की तरह नहीं है. These people are very, very, connected when it comes to counseling. All right. I don't have any shame in accepting that in CA profession, if the professors are not up to the level when it comes to guiding the students. Right. So आप इनसे कांटेक्ट कीजिए, आपको हेल्प करेंगे for sure. मैंने खुद भी कितना सीखा है काउंसलिंग इनसे. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Rohit.
Hi sir, कैसे हो?
बढ़िया. Tell me.
Sir, ma'am, it was a very good session. I just had one doubt. So supposing I'm able to give in the June attempt. So I am a qualified CA. So I need to give 4
Madam,
papers.
these people are very aggressive. वो ऐसा बोलेंगे एक अटेम्प्ट में मेरे को सब करना है.
नहीं sir, अभी तो काम भी चल रहा है, तो probably only I have to take weekend classes. So assuming I give my attempt in June. So like the classes are probably already started, like that face-to-face thing. What are that? I actually had a word with one of your counselors. So that brochure which had that live plus recorded and recorded. So could you just brief me about it, and later I'll just get an explanation.
What you're talking about is our premium package. Now, how long back did you have a word with our counselors?
Probably around 10 days ago or something, like 10 or 15 days ago.
Perfect. Okay. Now, what you're talking about is the premium package where you have live online lectures during the weekends. That is our 4-hour lectures on Saturday and 4-hour lectures on Sunday. Total number of learning hours in a week would be 8 hours. Now, this will be live sessions, after which the session is completed. There is a recording uploaded on your learning management portal. At Zell, we have a customized learning management portal just for Zell and Zell students. Can be accessed from your browsers, laptop, phones. Okay. Now, on this portal, you will have your live lecture conducted. The recording for that would be uploaded. If you're busy with work on the weekend, if you're caught up with other commitments, you can always go through the recording. Recording is not only for if you've missed your lecture, but it is also for if you require additional assistance while studying. Say you're studying at 1 and 2 in the night, we're used to the hectic schedule of studying. And there is a concept that you want to understand, but it's too late to pick up the phone and call someone or dial the faculty. We watch the recording and get it cleared right then and there. So our recording is accessible.
I'll just give a general instruction to everyone, whether inka live recording, weekend, live plus recording, they have all the options. Huh? They know it very clearly that people are working professionals, people are this, that and stuff. So you can just have a word with them. They will create a particular combo for you and they will give it to you. Rohit, आपको अगर clarity ना आती है, please do get in touch with me. I will, push it through to you. All right?
Sure. I'll do that. Okay. Yeah.
Anyone facing any problems in any kind of communication, they can get in touch with me. I will have a word with Zell Education and we'll push it through. Don't worry.
Sure.
Yeah. Siddhi, tell me, beta. All right. So this is the last query now. Afterwards, you can always have a word with Zell Education. Yeah. Tell me, Siddhi.
Hello.
Yes, beta.
Yeah, good afternoon. Hi, Pragnesh sir.
Good afternoon.
So one of my CA final group is pending, and I'm planning to definitely clear this attempt. So after
Yes.
I clear my CA, yes, sir. So once I clear my CA, I want to go for ACCA. So my query is whether CA plus ACCA is better, or CA plus CPA is better, or CA plus CFA is better. So these are the three main courses which people pursue after CA. So which is a better career opportunity for us?
Siddhi, I would like you to define your better. All right. Whether with the amount of effort you are asking, whether you are ready to give that effort, all right, whether you are, what about the pass percentage? So can I assume that you will be ready to give the maximum effort that we have given in chartered accountancy, even for other courses, or you want an easy peasy qualification with you, which can help you to succeed?
I think I can give more efforts as I have given for CA, because
Okay.
I have planned that at least in my CV, I want two best short degrees. And after
Correct.
that, I can just focus
So you
on
want
learning.
two good degrees and then easy peasy qualifications if added, it is good. Yes.
Yes.
So Purandari, considering that she's ready to give the effort, what would you suggest?
So there are two options open for you. One is ACCA and one is CFA. Now, it also depends on what you want to get into, right? What are your goals in the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself working? Do you want to have a practice of your own? Is there anything that you have in mind particularly?
Yes. So currently I'm working in Deloitte, and I am in a field where I have a financial control of an entire entity with myself. So from making the financials till coordinating with the client and everything. So this is my profile of work, which I'm currently working on. So definitely I am very interested in accounts. So that is one of my best or my preferred option to study in the near future. I'm not very well versed with taxation, to be very honest. Yeah, audit is also fine with me. So I have given you what I can do. So I have Pragnesh, so definitely audit needs to be the best.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So what I would suggest you to do is, like you said, your focus and your interest lies in accounts. ACCA for you for sure. 2 compulsory papers, 2 optional papers of P level. I would suggest you, since you're not interested in taxation, you can go for AAA, because like you said, you're comfortable with audit, and you could go for something like a financial management, that is AFM. After writing AFM, you'll have a fair idea into the insights of financial management as a course. Then you can take a call if you're really interested in the finance domain, core finance domain. You can take a call of if you want to do CFA.
Okay, so everyone, you saw live how they are counseling people, all right, and they are way ahead than us in counseling people, right? So you can just get in touch with them for all the queries, and I would like to extend my thanks to everyone over here, all right, and especially Purandari and Pragati, the way in which you have conducted this session. I'm so happy that Pragati was the one working behind the scenes through the PDFs, And I think Purandari was the one presenting it, and I was just coordinating it because I have no knowledge about these things, and I have myself gained a lot of knowledge. Now, everyone over here, I hope you had a great time in this particular session. Yes, for all the queries, you can anyways get in touch with them. You can get in touch with my team. My team will connect you with them. All right. कभी-कभी communication नहीं हो पाता है तो हम लोग conference call arrange कर देंगे. All right. But please take one of the best decisions. इस वक्त booming fields है foreign courses, and उसमें अगर आप अंदर चले गए and if you add some of the courses on your CV, it is really going to shoot up. फिर 10-15 years the down the line ये भी पूरा field crowded हो जाएगा. Then again we'll have to search for something else. But at least for the next 10-15 years, this can really help you to grow further. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Purandari. Thank you, Pragati, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.